Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again, thank you for stopping by. So, a little short video for this Wednesday. Purpose of this video is I need to build my TRF503 aeration big bore dampers. Now, I'm not building this kit just yet, but the postal services are just about, well, I won't say getting back to normal, but they're improving a lot. So, I've had some things arrive, and a car you've already seen. I want to upgrade it slightly, and make it. I'll give it a more modern look. So part of that is to put the TRF big bore shocks on it. And I've got loads of other stuff going on. I'm not going to give it away because I want to just do the video, because I'm hoping it's going to have a lot of wow factor when I do it. So anyway, on this channel we've pretty much built every Tamiya shock there is, apart from this one, and I've done standalone videos for them. So we've done the other TRF aeration shocks, the ones that come on the TRF 501 or 502, I always forget. We've done the DF03 ones, we've done high caps, CVAs, Avanti shocks, so we've got all those videos done. So for me personally, I thought in this video, let's just do a standalone video building the big bore shock, because this is without doubt, in my opinion, the best Tamiya shocks available. Now, I use that word available loosely because I've been looking for a set, so I didn't have to use these ones, and they are out there, but to buy them in sort of almost individually without getting them in a kit like this, it's probably close to about 110, 120 quid, because you have to buy the fronts and then the rears, and then you have to buy the front and rear springs for them as well. They don't come with springs. So I'll keep my eyes out for another set, but doing it this way will work fine. So let's talk. I need to get into the kit, find out what parts bag it is, and dig the manual out, and let's get them built. Right, that's what we're using. So it's actually part bag E in the 503 kit. So I'm hoping that I don't have to go into any other part bags to get anything else for them. That just make it easy for me. There's some nice alloy blingy bits in there as well. These shocks look absolutely superb. I love them, I really do. Obviously I don't really talk about performance on my channel as such. I like how plastic CVAs work, so again, I'm no expert in performance and setup and stuff, but pure looks wise, and obviously these came with the last four-wheel drive off-road TRF buggy, so they must be pretty decent. So let's get the bag opened and see what we get. Right, so that's what you get in your bag. Oh, these are absolutely top quality, they really are. I mean, there's absolutely zero weight to that. I love that colour as well. So obviously you've got your shock bodies, springs, nice fancy blue alloy, so that's your blue alloy shock collars for adjustability. Then you've got the alloy shock bottoms, gold pistons. That top, I'm not sure if that's plastic or metal. I believe that's metal actually, or alloy. Comes with soft damper oil. We have all the various O-rings, pistons, and we've got some shims at the top as well. So yeah, let's dig the instructions out now. Oh, just before, it looks like, if you see that little hole, I don't know if that's going to focus. It's not going to focus in here. Come on. It's going now. Let me just bear with me, guys. So you see that little hole? That's the aeration part for bleeding them. I'm again no expert in this, but they're called aeration for a reason, which means air mixes with oil. Again, that's a racer thing, but on the other TRF aeration shocks, the ones with the white springs that come on the TRF 502, you have to drill that out, and you don't even get the screws in the kit, so you just kind of build them as you would a standard shock. But it looks like on these that it's pre-drilled, you've got the little screws to put in, so this should be an interesting build because I've never done that before. Right, that's the other bags opened, and lots of parts. So that's all the different O-rings. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 different sizes of O-rings. You can tell the big bulk of the size of that compared to what we normally use. Anyway, now we're good to go. So stage one, we're building the rears first. So we've got to put the two circlips on and a spacer under the piston. And I was saying that before, a little spacer. And then that goes onto the piston shaft. Then a bit of that damper oil on the collar and put an O-ring inside. And then we're on the spacers. So let's get cracking. Right, that's up to that stage. Now, interestingly, down the side it names all the parts and they've all begin with B. But on the piston rod, it's asking for K2, K5 and K3, which are actual spacers, obviously to limit or to give it a certain amount of travel. Now, they're not in that kit bag. So, two things. I'm guessing they're in another parts bag in there somewhere. But I'm not too concerned about them because I'll be putting my own spacers inside to give it probably a slightly lower stance. So that's not a concern right now. So we've got this section built up, and that is the tightest fit I have ever fitted a piston to the shaft. I was quite surprised at that. So it's got a obviously circlip at the bottom, and then it has a shim, and then another circlip at the top, and that doesn't even move. Normally, you know, like you can sort of move them around with your fingers. That's got no play whatsoever. And then the shock body is obviously we've got the collar on with the O-ring. We've got a new O-ring on the top, and we've also fitted an O-ring on the bottom. So now it's a case of done that. We've got to dig out B16 and put it all the way through with a bit of damper oil on, and then we can configure the bottom compartment, which has got a couple of well, it's got a bit of everything on it. Okay, forget what I just said previously. I realised that I did have to go back into the box for the shock bottom mounts. While I was there, I dug the K parts tree out, and that's, what did I say? That's K for 3, 5 and 2. So that's those internal spacers. So they're on properly now. So now we'll build the rest up. So that's how the bottom section goes together. So I put it all together in the right order on that one. But that's what actually goes on there. There's a fair bit. It's all different sizes. Right, that's the rears made up until this stage. Now I've got to make the fronts to the same. That took some getting on. Obviously you've got to be careful you don't damage this shaft. So a big sort of heavy towel around it, that's what I use. And then some pliers. But you have got to be careful with those. But yeah, it feels great. So yeah, let me crack on now and I'll get the fronts up to the same stage. Right, so that's the fronts made up to the same stage, looking mighty fine. So now we've got to fill them. Now, just gone through the instructions on what you do. So your first stage is obviously pull the piston all the way down, fill the cylinder, then spend a bit of time moving it up and down, getting rid of the air bubbles just as normal. But the second stage is pull the, and then again, make sure the cylinder's pulled all the way down, and then you fill the cap, or a section of the cap, with oil, and then you put it on, you attach it, and then obviously using like a tissue, then you move the piston up and down slowly, where the oil will come out of that hole. I'll just read it. Raise piston to remove excess oil, then attach the 2.5mm cap screw and O-ring, which are those. So once the oil stops coming out the top, that's when we fit that screw and O-ring. Cool, very different. Right, so that's one done. With the little screw in the top with the O-ring. Feels really nice. Really nice. So yeah, that's the first time I've ever done anything like this. So once you've got the bubbles out, then you fill it back up until so it's flush with the top, and then you fill that almost full with oil. Now I thought it had come out of the hole, but it actually doesn't. And then once you've got it full, you've got to quickly turn it upside down and screw it down. As you're doing that, oil starts to come out of the little cap hole. Screw it all the way down, remove the excess, and then push the piston up very slowly, and obviously get the remainder of the oil out of the cap. As soon as you've done that, you just put the screw with the O-ring in, and that's it. So yeah, very different. Right, let's do the other three. Right, that's them all filled, and that's quite a long process, to be fair. that's probably taken me about probably 20 to 25 minutes to get that done correctly. So now it's chance for you race guys out there who are still watching to tell me what that screw is actually for. Am I right in thinking that screw can be adjusted to let air in to make the shocks work better under sort of race conditions, or am I totally wrong? Is it just a method of making sure it's absolutely full with oil? So stick it in the comments guys, I'll be super interested to understand what the workings are of that. Right, also that's taken almost not far off a full bottle of oil to do. Don't know about you guys, but normally when you get that in your Tamiya kit, you fill your shocks up correctly and you've got probably over half a tub of oil left. So yeah, it uses a fair bit. Right, just got to get the shock bottoms on and the springs now. Boom, done. Look at them bad boys. Isn't that a nice looking shock? I mean, again, and you know, I could be wrong, and probably you guys who races in comments, you go, it's not a particularly great shock when you compare it to other manufacturers, but for me, I love it. It's Tamiya's top race spec shock. Feel absolutely awesome, as you would expect. Yeah, those bottom blue alloy collars take a little bit of pushing over that plastic mount. So you may have noticed I've not fitted the any of the mounts, stuff like that, and the little where is it? Where's the ball? The balls there, the ball joints for the bottoms. That's because, as I say, it's going on a different car to start with, so I'm not 100% sure how it's all going to fit. And we're done. Yeah, very enjoying. I really enjoyed doing that. It took me probably, with filling them, probably an hour and 10 minutes, because I took my time. I was in no rush. But I really enjoyed putting those together. Shocks can be a little bit boring, can't they? Especially when it's repetitive and it's the same shock you built over and over again. But when you put something new together, yeah, I enjoyed that. So I'm still not going to give any giveaways just yet on what these are going on before they go on this. But what day is this video going out? It's a Wednesday. So but actually, by the time you have seen this video, I'll have got the other car ready, and you'll see that very soon. Also, as soon as I've got it on the other car, the plan is to do a definitely one running video, possibly a second one at the track, but this car has actually been to the track already, although you haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I might take it again just because it's got some new stuff on it. And then as soon as that's done, I'll whiz these shocks back off and we'll get cracking with this build, because the shell is here. I'm putting this out on Wednesday. So you've seen the shell already. That was Sunday's video. It's getting confusing, isn't it? So once again, guys, thanks so much for watching. It's really appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could please consider liking and subscribing to support us, that'd be awesome. And if you do that, smash that notification bell for our weekly videos to get notified. And as always, guys, happy RCing.